Hi everyone, it's day 8 of our Coffee Sketch 2026, and I hope you're enjoying it. The thing I want to stress is, like, don't let it stress you out. I want to stress, don't let it stress you out, right? Because the thing that, we're a week into the Coffee Sketch and people are dropping out. I know that's what happens, right? You know why? Because of the stress of it. They're like, I can't do it. And you look at what's happening in the world today, and you're just, I'm so overwhelmed. I can't even, right? And like, to add to my to-do list to draw my damn cup of coffee, I just don't have it in me. So I totally get that. I feel that same sort of, like, the stressors nibbling at me. I mean, look what's happening in the world, right? Like, it's not going to get better. Things are not going to calm down. And so you've got to find a way. We have got to find a way. I have got to find a way to continue to maneuver through life without this whole thing just like, feels like the goal, doesn't it? Feels like the goal. They just want to wear us down and make us so we just give up, right? Just surrender. Like, I can't take it anymore. I give up. Take my life, take my power, take my everything, right? I get that. I'm struggling with that too, because it's pretty serious what's happening these days, and the crimes that are being committed on behalf by the government, right? So the televised crimes, right? So I understand if you're finding that a daily drawing habit is just a little too much, it's overwhelming to add to everything else. I get it. But so what I want to say is, plan ahead. You don't have to draw the thing first thing in the morning, right? Like, that's what used to stress me out. I'd wake up and I'd be like, oh my God, I have to draw right now or else I'm a loser and I fail and I'm not going to get it done, and I'm not an artist anyways, and who do I think I am, right? So, what I have been doing is I've been sort of pacing myself and doing it, at the end of my day, in the evening, after the dog walks and after I wash my face and I'm just at home and it's quiet. I'm doing it in the evenings where I'm not feeling so pressured by it. Suggesting and recommending that you pace yourself in all things, because even the doom scrolling, right? I know that we're all doom scrolling right now, most of us, right? Because it's kind of riveting what's happening, and it's horrendous and it's outrageous and it's heartbreaking, right? What I have to do is just take care of myself. And what I am finding is that when I draw, when I'm not feeling pressured to draw, when I'm not feeling like, oh, I have to do this, when I'm just in the moment of drawing in the evening, when my chores are done and when the day is done, and I'm just feeling relaxed, right? I used to be like, wake up and be like, oh, I have to draw, or I'm like gonna fail at this, and it's, oh, gracias, oh my gosh, look at the size of that. It's so I'm at this cafe here, and they only have to-go cups, and I'm like, I don't really want to-go cups, and they said, well, we have one mug, but it's large, but you can get a small in it. I'm like, yeah, that's what I want. So look at that. Huh? Woo-hoo. Delicious. So anyways, I was going to just briefly go through some of our drawing challenges this week so far in our Zoom classes. Here I'm drawing with Little Red Riding Hood with just my saturated inks, just playing with inks. And that's a whole new thing, just drawing with, because it's an eyedropper, right? Oh, and there's the big bad wolf, right? Lurking. There's always something lurking, right? And then I drew the little cottage with saturated inks too, right? I'm really having fun playing with the saturated inks, and because they're super powerful and they can very quickly go to mud, but I'm figuring out ways to make them kind of work side by side, and they still have to be wet, but they kind of have to be the right stage of wet, right? And then there's blotting and scraping and all these things. So there's a Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother's cottage, right? Oh, and then I went back to my pen for the Epiphany. There's the Three Kings, and I just stayed with my continuous line here. Let me get my coffee out of the way. doing stuff like 3 of anything, I find is a really good way to practice the continuous line, because this guy is this size because of this guy. This guy is this size because of this guy, right? Now, in my mind's eye, I wish I had made them taller, but whatever, because they're kings, right? They should have been a little bit more tall, but whatever. I started here with this guy, and it was like we all said in the challenge, like the sweeping robes were the challenge, and then to get right here and go into the next guy, build the next king from here on down. And then by the time I got to Balthazar, I was like, whatever, just, draw Balthazar. And then again, playing with my saturated inks, putting water on the page, white crayon, and salt. Look at that. It gives it a nice starry feel, right? And then, oh my goodness, trying to draw a continuous line camel. Drawing animals is a great way to not only learn about the animal, but kind of figure some things out. Because I started like, oh no, I remember I was looking at this whole thing and I was like, where do I start? Because I'm going to draw this guy in continuous line. And for whatever reason, I started right at his butt. And I went up this way. And then, I'm just going to say, I know it's a good drawing and I'm not knocking myself, but in hindsight, I'm like, oh, I wish I would have made that snout a little bit longer, because camels have enormous heads, right? So going around this way, and then I think by the time I got to his feet, I was like, okay, I got the hump in the head. And so just doing that. And I was drawn with my Pentel brush pen, because I'm telling you, ever since Danny Gregory was here, I'm like having fun playing with the Pentel brush pen. And then I drew this guy and his white, I know there's a name for it, but his white robe. And then going in with a little, this is the brush pen, and then some saturated ink, red and yellow and salt. This is my Sennelier saturated ink, so it doesn't adapt to, like, this is the Ind Art saturated ink and how it plays with salt. The Ind Art doesn't take to the salt like the Sennelier doesn't take to the salt like the Ind Art, right? So that's playing with it. Honestly, the continuous line Zoom classes are a great way to, like, not only, first of all, get lost in your own drawing, good or bad, whatever. It's the process, right? It is the process. And it is the community, because I think that's the only thing that's really going to save us in this era is community. I spend a lot of time alone, and I'm really trying to, and that's why I have a dog, I'm really trying to, like, not always do that. I took a dance class yesterday, met some ladies in the neighborhood. I am a loner, and I always have been a loner, and I honestly prefer being a loner. But with I learned my lesson the last time I lived here in Mexico City, because I got the COVID and I almost died in my apartment. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to call. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to call, and I didn't have anyone to call, right? And so moving back to Mexico City this time, I'm like, I'm not letting that happen again. I am not, as much as I love being alone, I love it. I mean, even when I was a kid, I was like, leave me alone, right? I love being alone. And I'm 60 now, right? That's not to say I'm going to die soon, but I'm just going to try to, I'm living a minimalist life, so I've gotten rid of all my stuff. Except I have some clothes. Thank God I hung onto my sweaters because it's cold here. I hung onto my art supplies, some of them, some of my clothes, and my kitchen stuff, right? Because I like to cook at home. Hi, cutie. Hello. So I'm just trying to live differently, because we are in a different era. We are in an authoritarian era, and things are going to get weird. Look at what happened yesterday. Heartbreaking, and it's only, whatever happens from that, it's going to be infuriating. It's going to be infuriating. It already is, right? And the hits keep hitting every single day, right? So I'm here to say one more time, don't let the coffee sketch be a stressor, like, oh, it's another thing I got to do, and I can't do it, I don't have time, and I'm exhausted. If you're exhausted, rest. If you're exhausted, rest, slow down, have something to eat, do whatever, take a walk, whatever. Don't let the drawing be a stressor, because once you get in the habit of doing it, it becomes medicine. It becomes medicine, and good medicine, right? Like medicine that makes you feel better. I've just spent 20 minutes drawing. I feel better. I'm centered. I looked at what some of my other fellow artists were doing. It's cool. They've inspired me. And I'm breathing a little bit easier now, and I feel like I can handle things just a little bit better just for this moment, right? Because it really is moment by moment here, moment by moment. So anyways, that's, oh, look at the little wolf, lurking. There's always something lurking, right? So take good care. Keep telling your stories. Keep playing with lines, colors, the whole deal, because I love to see it, even if you've just begun or you've been doing it for 20 years, okay? All right, everyone. Peace out. I got to get home to my Zoom class. Okay, bye.